Yo, what's good guys, welcome back to another video where today we'll be speaking about the Premier League Game Week 20 matches and we're gonna go more in depth about them, so predicting the games as well. So first we have Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. This game is gonna be a pretty big one, so let's get started with Forest. They have been quite good this year. Honestly, they are sitting in third place right now, very impressive. Chris Wood has been banging in goals as well for them, although in their last game they drew 0-0 against Arsenal. I genuinely think Forest have the ability to stay top 4 as well, and they could probably get in the Champions League as well. What a great season they are having. Now on to Man City. They're doing pretty decent, starting off the season not too good, but they improved further into the season. It sucks for them because they don't have Rodri there, but he should be back very soon. Now the last game they played was against Tottenham and they won 1-0. Their main man Haaland scoring the goal to win the game, and Marmoush seems like he is getting better and better each game. He is adapting very well, and scary times for the top 4 right now as Man City are picking up form. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Man City. Now we have Liverpool versus Southampton. We all know how this is going, to be fair, so let's get started with Liverpool. They've been the best team in the league, playing some outstanding football. It's great to watch, I can't lie. They're sat top of the league, 13 points clear of Arsenal. The last game they played Newcastle and they won 2-0. Now Salah has been pulling some unreal numbers this season. He has 28 matches played, 25 goals and 17 assists. I've never seen anyone do this since I've been watching football. It's unreal in the Premier League. Now on to Southampton. They're doing well, but I would say they are truly cooked, and it has been a horrible season for them in the Premier League. They're sat bottom at 20th place, and last game they played Chelsea and they lost 4-0. It has been a tough season for them, honestly. I will be surprised if they don't go down, but right now it's looking like it. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Liverpool. Now we have Crystal Palace versus Ipswich. This game should be quite tight, so let's get started with Crystal Palace. They've been doing decent, honestly. Form-wise, it's been a bit better from them. Currently sitting in 12th place. Mateta has been scoring loads of goals in 2025. Eze has been a bit underwhelming as well this season. His final third play is not the best. The final pass is kind of what he's missing. Now on to Ipswich. They have been struggling quite a bit, sitting in 18th place for the Premier League. They play good football, but the result is not there. So last game they played Manchester United and they lost 3-2. It was a super tight game for United, but United got the win. So Delap is a brilliant striker. He is on a lot of clubs' radars. Maybe we could see him moving in the summer. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. Now Brighton versus Fulham. This is going to be such a underrated one, so let's get started with Brighton. They have not been too bad this season, currently in the 8th place in the Premier League. Their form has been better as of recent. Last game was a tough one as they played Bournemouth, and Brighton managed to win that game 2-1. That's absolutely huge for them. Welbeck scoring the winner for them as well. Onto Fulham. They have been doing pretty decent, sitting in 9th place in the Premier League, playing some pretty decent football as well. The last game they played Wolves and they won 2-1. Muniz and Sessegnon getting the goals for Fulham, and I could see this being a very tight game as well. Honestly, both teams are pretty good throughout the mid-table, so my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between the two. Now moving on to Brentford versus Aston Villa. This is going to be a solid game as well, so let's get started with Brentford. They have been pretty decent this season. They're sitting in 11th place at the moment. Their form has been pretty decent as well. Last game they played Everton and they drew 1-1. One of the main men for Brentford is Wissa. He's been doing very well and he scored in that match against Everton. Now on to Aston Villa. They are doing not the best, to be fair, sitting in 10th place in the Premier League, but form-wise, they've been not too bad. If we're being honest, last game against Crystal Palace was super unexpected. They lost 4-1 against Crystal Palace. Morgan Rogers has been one of the key players in the club as well. He has been doing very well this season for the club. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Moving on to Wolves versus Everton. This is going to be a very solid matchup, so let's get started with Wolves. They have not been doing the best this season. They are currently sitting in 17th place in the Premier League. Form-wise, it's been rough. Last game they played Fulham and they lost 2-1. They did play pretty well. They had a lot of chances, just did not take them. Now on to Everton. They have been pretty decent, sitting in 16th place, which is crazy. I thought they were higher, but form-wise, they have been doing well. Last game they played Brentford and they drew 1-1, and Moyes has done very well at Everton. I believe in that game against Brentford, Beto had around 3 1v1 situations, but he choked all of them. He could have given Everton the win in all of those situations. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Everton. Moving on to Tottenham versus Bournemouth. This game's going to be amazing, so let's get started with Tottenham. It's been a rough season for them, honestly, especially with the injuries they have as well. Form-wise, it's been not too bad. Last game they played Man City and they lost 1-0. Usually they turn up against City, guess not this time. Spence has been incredible for them at fullback, so solid, both offensively and defensively. Now onto Bournemouth. They have been doing pretty decent, sitting in 7th place in the Premier League. Form-wise, it's been tough for them recently, because last game they played Brighton and they lost 2-1, and Kluivert scoring again in that match. Now overall, they have been doing pretty solid this season, and I see them winning this game 2-1. Moving on to Chelsea versus Leicester. This should be a pretty interesting game, so let's get started with Chelsea. They've been quite alright this season. Currently, they are sat in 5th place in the league. Form-wise, it's been not too good for them. Last game, though, they did play Southampton and they won 4-0. I mean, it was expected, if we're being honest. Palmer, we haven't seen the best of him in 2025. He's dropped off just a little bit, but Pedro Neto has been doing quite well at striker in Jackson's place. Onto Leicester. They've been struggling hard. Like, Leicester are sat in 19th place in the league right now. Form-wise, it's been quite terrible for them. Like last game, they lost to West Ham 2-0. Like many other teams, they play so well, but they just can't get the result. They're leaking loads of goals as well in the back, so it does kind of look like they might be going down with Southampton. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Chelsea. And moving on to Manchester United versus Arsenal. This is going to be such a good game, so let's get started with Man United. They've been struggling this season. At the moment, they are set in 14th place in the league. Form-wise, it's been not too bad for them. Last game, they did win 3-2 against Ipswich. Maguire scored the winner for them. Out of everyone, it had to be Maguire, but they are not playing the best football as well and not getting too good of results, so it's not looking too good for them. Onto Arsenal. They've been alright this season, sitting in 2nd place right behind Liverpool, but it is a 13-point gap between Arsenal and Liverpool, so our form has been quite tough, honestly. Last game we drew versus Forest 0-0, and before that we lost 1-0 to West Ham, and we only have 3 attackers available in Nwaneri, Trossard and Sterling. So we are so cooked. We have to play Marino at striker. A positive is we did win 7-1 against PSV today in the Champions League, so that's going to give the players a bit more confidence going into this game, and I see Arsenal winning this game 2-1. Now West Ham versus Newcastle. This game should be a very good one. Let's get started with West Ham. They've been not the best this season. Currently sat in 15th place in the Premier League. Form-wise, they've been decent. Like last game, they played Leicester and they won 2-0. But before that, they ended Arsenal's title hopes with a 1-0 win. Bowen has been coming in clutch for West Ham. He has been very good for them ever since he joined, and it looks like Potter's managing is really coming into effect, and his tactics feels like the players are slowly adapting. Seems like it's working. Now on to Newcastle. They have been doing well this season, sitting in 6th place in the league as well. Form-wise, it's been a bit on and off. They have had some challenging games. Like last game, they played Liverpool and they lost 2-0. Isak was not starting in that game as well, so that was a big miss. And they lost Isak to an injury, so I believe that is a massive miss. Now, solid team overall, in my opinion, very good defensively. But my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Newcastle. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions for these games, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.